the president of IPNE, Independent Publishers of New England, and publisher of Pierce Press, which in the Boston area, which has 3 imprints. We're currently in the process of launching 2 new books, one for Pedagogy Books, the Alternative Education imprint, and one for the children's imprint, Giggle Quick Books, which is Sky Cloud City. It's first in a series of books, children's picture books, which has a inspiration of a Greek myth by Aristophanes, or a comedy by Aristophanes. Anyway, we have office hours every Thursday at 10 Eastern Time, which is where we are. We're in the New England region, 6 states we cover with our membership spread out through Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. And we do have members in all those states. I guess, there seem to be a lot of writers and publishers in Vermont. There's a lot in New Hampshire, where we recently had our conference, annual conference, 5th annual conference, and our best one ever, I think. We had about 80 attendees and some incredible speakers from Shelf Awareness, Forward Reviews, Publishers Weekly, and the interaction and collaboration that got started there was just really wonderful to see. So we're trying to keep that alive through our Facebook group, new IPNE member Facebook group that anyone who's a member is welcome to join. We also have a page on Facebook that has about 800 followers that is more, it's open to anyone, and we'd love to have anyone drop by and offer some advice or ask a question, and we'd love to have you join us as well. IPNE.org, as you can see in my tagline there, is the website. And I always thought, since there isn't anyone else on yet, I do expect some folks to be joining in a little bit, but that's not good, is it? I thought I would put this over on the other screen. I actually have 5 screens here. No, not 5. I have, well, counting 2 phones, I do have 5 screens, but I have 3 monitors: my laptop, my Acer, and my AOC monitor. But this makes it so I can screen share and not have the disappearing telescoping view. I just wanted to show folks, we just came off our event season. So we just wrapped up yesterday with the New England Library Association, where we exhibited, 30 members' books, 35 maybe. And they had the best attendance in years. I don't know what they did this year, but there is a new coordinator. Maybe that was part of it. I was trying to find something on that, but probably in the members group. This is our Facebook page. So this is open to anyone. As you can see, there's, well, I don't know if you can see how many likes we have. I don't know. Last time I checked somewhere, it was about 800. Anyway, we have several photos from, this is a good way to see it. This is the New England Library Association exhibit. This is Lauren Kelly, who's the author and publisher of Tuggy the Patriot Pup. It's a series of, get this, 13 books. And I think they have 3 or 4 books out already. So they're in full swing on that. Some of these other ones are people that, there's some of the new books and some more established ones. This is Pam Fenner on the left, and the librarian for the Plymouth, Massachusetts Public Library on the right. She won the raffle, the basket of books, at the New England Library Association. Let's see. Maybe I can just page through it easier this way. So there's that. There's the basket. This is our exhibit, our full exhibit at the Library Association. We ended up adding a table and extended the registration, so more people got to get involved. And I think the cost was $55 to exhibit. You didn't have to be there, but apparently I wasn't there, but 13 members came to volunteer. This is Ann Sarkeesian, board member Ruth Crocker, and this is Susan Gaylord Kapuscinski, a wonderful author and book artist who always has a fascinating program going on up in, I think, Lowell or Salem, maybe, Massachusetts. Here's our display at the Boston Book Festival. And this was before our sponsors, Three Bean Press, came and took this corner of the table. But this is our new catalog. It was launched at the annual conference on September 25th. It has member ads and sponsor ads, and most of the sponsors in there, the advertisers in the catalog, will give a member discount to IPNE members. So consider that when you're looking through the catalog. You can visit ipne.org and email us to request a catalog. And we would be happy to talk to you as well. The phone number's on that page, the home page down at the bottom. This is Elizabeth Lorraine. She's the talented author, artist, and publisher of The Adventures of Piratess Tilly, a totally delightful book, children's book that just came out. She's she was signing books at the Boston Book Festival and offering a really good deal on her book. As you can see, $15 for a hardback children's picture book is cool. Here's Grace Stevens. She was our ground crew chief at the Boston Book Festival. And these are all members who are helping set up the exhibit. Ann Sarkeesian. I'm not quite sure who they all are because their backs are turned, but I do know Grace. I was away at a conference. There's Grace sitting in the back of my car, packing up for the Boston Book Festival. Ditto. There's Karen Einstein, who was a key player in setting up the Boston Book Festival and really made it happen in the days and weeks leading up to the event. Here's Elizabeth Lorraine's daughter, Vivi. Crystal Ponte, one of our board members, created a nice banner for us. These things just kind of appear on our Facebook pages, and she's wonderful. This is a book I published, the Pedagogy Handbook about peer learning and peer production, the No Longer Missing Guide. Karen Einstein was signing that. She's also a contributing editor. No, there's Connie Hambley. She's been helping us with publicity. She's a novelist, fabulous, and I think that's Skye Wentworth on the left. They're buddies and writers group together. Pam Fenner appeared on the Jordan Rich show on October 16th, and that is linked on our home page on IPNE. If you'd like to listen to it, under What's Up with IPNE, it's right here, link to the recording, and it will start playing, which it just did. Just wanted to continue, since we don't have anyone else on to talk with. I'll just give you a little tour of our social media and web presence, so you can kind of see where we are. Please join. If you want to go to our Facebook page, the link to join this broadcast is on there. There's Karen cataloging books for the Boston Book Festival. She got stuck on a really appealing, beautiful book by Ellen Gaffney. And she says, what a great book, brilliant and beautiful. Another novel that she found. And, this is Pam Tortoise and myself. Pam and Tortoise are founding members of IPNE, and we are pictured there at the annual conference on September 26th. I think that was taken. There's Pam and Betty Lischke, one of our award-winning book authors. This gold thing in the corner of her book, In the Waters of Time, is an award. And Pam she's kind of one of the best people I know at working a room. She knows everybody. She engages them skillfully and was really helpful. This is the New England Independent Booksellers Association in Providence, Rhode Island. It's usually in Providence. And we have several members in Rhode Island, so that helps with volunteers. It was a very successful show as well, and our catalog was distributed there along with an insert detailing the books that were exhibited by all the people who participated in that show. Pam's loved her name tag holder, loved it. The folks at Union Park Press, Pam knows them pretty well. This is how they display their books. I thought that was an interesting way, and we tried to replicate that at the Boston Book Festival. It just didn't really have enough space there. This is New England, or I mean, the independent booksellers, Pam and Glenna Colette was volunteering in the morning, and I came later in the afternoon. This is our book awards. Hi, Bruce.
Good morning.
Hi.
I finally figured it out.
Oh, I know. I just put the link up there, but nobody seems to be.
It doesn't, and somehow it kept wanting all these allowing things to go on, so I switched over to Google Chrome.
Okay, yeah, I think you have another window going.
So let me. I'm going to close. Let me close this other one here. Yeah, close that. Okay.
So I was just giving a tour through some of the pictures that were on our Facebook.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm still getting a echo.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm on.
Oh, I know. I just put the link up there, but nobody seems.
Hold on. Let me just get rid of all this stuff.
Yeah, I knew you had another window going.
All right. Hold on. Let me get rid of all that. Okay. I think all that's gone. Okay.
Yeah. Nope.
Is it working?
No, it's still echoing. Why don't you mute yourself while you figure it out, and I'll continue. I wanted to give kudos to Crystal Ponte, our board member up in Maine, who's not always able to join us live, but just comes up with these wonderful key items like a list of the book awards. It's formatted and designed just beautifully. With the PDF has all the linked books, winners, finalists, and Bruce.
I think I'm good.
Maybe you are. No, do you have your mic? You have your headphones or your mic?
Oh, let me do this.
Okay. I'm not hearing you now, but I'm just going to go ahead and just pipe up when you get it fixed. Yeah, so just to go ahead with the book awards, this is on our website as well under awards. You'll see all the linked books.
If that works. Is that working any better?
Let me see. Yeah, perfect. What'd you do?
I just shut it down. I shut it off, and I just came back in again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's,
yeah.
I think because I had another mic plugged in, it got confused of which mic to use.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay. And Paul Jansen, this is from our conference, but Paul was he's been a long time member, and I don't know. Did you meet him, Bruce? He has these books called Scratch, and
I don't
I don't
think-
know. I feel like I know his books so well because he's exhibited at INEBA and you know, all over the place. I didn't get a chance to talk to him up at the conference. I think he's a medical doctor. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think I did get to meet him.
Yeah.
I sat with some other sort of first-time authors.
Right.
So I was with. So.
Right. And this is a picture of one of our breakout sessions with Jim Elliott from Publishers Weekly. I don't see you in there, Bruce.
Yeah, I wasn't able to come that second day, and I wish I did.
Yeah.
There was some really good people speaking, and I didn't.
Well, you had your music thing, right?
I had my music thing.
Yeah.
Yes, I had my music thing.
And this is how we presented the book awards. We had a wonderful slideshow that I got some help with, but did most of.
Oh yeah.
This is our book, or Ask the Experts. Amy Ray, Deirdre Randall, Steve Porter from Rhode Island, Paul Dunham, Tanya Gold. Not sure who that is behind there, but this is Robert Gray from Shelf Awareness, Joshua Talent from Firebrand, and
I had dinner with him on Friday night.
Awesome. Yeah, he's a cool guy. I met him at the IBPA conference. There's Nancy Stosick from Ingram. Did you?
The woman from Ingram Sparks and the national organization. They were really interesting.
Yeah, Nancy is like a little firecracker, and she's cool.
Right.
And there's Pam and Tortoise and me with Robert Gray from Shelf Awareness. And he interviewed us, and we had an article appear, and not long after the conference, maybe a week.
The two people that spoke on Friday, I think one was from Portsmouth. They both, one was a publishing company, and the other one was a bookstore that also published books.
Yeah, Deirdre Randall, and then
they were terrific. They were just, real sort of, nuts and bolts, practical information.
I know they're real, honest to goodness publishers.
They were really great.
They're not hybrid. They're not like vanity or whatever. I don't know. What do you call it now, where the author pays $5,000?
Yeah, they still exist, but they're sort of like a supportive self-publishing. I don't think they call them vanity anymore. It's
it's more
like hybrid.
Hybrid, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
So as an author, you participate in the financing of it.
Yeah.
And it does. I do collaborative publishing mostly. At this point, I don't really have the capital to kind of finance big print runs and stuff. So whenever possible, I try and, make it a partnership with the author. And I'm enjoying that a lot.
So when you do yours, like one of the questions, and I did a webinar yesterday on publishing, and one of the things I talked about was, when you go print and you want to be in bookstores and you use a service like Ingram Sparks, sort of a print on demand, so you can manage your inventory, but that connection into the distribution system is kind of a mystery. And
well, do you use Ingram Spark or Lightning Source?
No, I'm totally on CreateSpace, so I stay in that world, and I don't really go after the bookstore market. And
that's totally legitimate. That's fine. Yeah. It's not like you should be any certain way, but for the bookstores, I believe Lightning Source, which is where I am, is sort of grandfathered in before they started Ingram Spark, but I think they have Baker and Taylor.
Baker Taylor. So do they have reps that go around and sort of, if you want to distribute, you get on somebody's list, or is it sort of up to the author / publisher to make those connections?
They have some catalogs, and I think they do. You don't get a lot of individual attention, of course, because it's massive, but they have catalogs, and they have categories, and they have ways of presenting it to bookstores. It's just that, and whenever anyone goes into a bookstore and says, I want Mandala Happiness coloring book, they would be able to order it. They would be able to go on their system and order it right there, and it would be fulfilled immediately.
So if you're in that system, like an Ingram Sparks, you're in there, in a Lightning Source, you're in that world. You're now in that world. So if somebody does go into a store and says, "Hey, I want it," you show up on their computer and they can order it and can get
it. Right. And I think they're always trying to get more distribution elements in place. But there's some catalogs that you pay for. You can also pay for international distribution. So I've been trying a few things, like for the Pedagogy Handbook, since it's such an international crew that puts it together. I paid for that stuff for the Pedagogy Books imprint. And I'm too busy to kind of track it, but I don't know.
No, I know. It's hard to do, and that's why I like the Create Space, and then I can just put up my website and I can market that way, and I don't have to manage personal relationships. I don't have to do anything, but
and that's fine. I think you won't have a bookstore ordering from Amazon though, so
Right.
Yeah, I don't think they have. I mean, this stuff changes so fast. I mean, can you keep up with it? It's conference
But what's interesting is when I go to the conference we had, or the Boston Book Festival, which was this weekend.
Yeah.
So many of those authors, I'm in a world of people who are pretty much exclusively use Kindle and Create Space and just stay in Amazon. But when I go to the broader market, our conference and then the Boston Book Festival, many of those people are in stores. So, or some part of a store. So, so that, so it's a different world. They're already kind of in that world a little bit. So.
Yeah. And, we all have different tolerances of, information overload. So if Amazon works for you, you may be giving up something else, but who cares if you're happy? It's just
the only other thing I've done occasionally is, because printing prices on CreateSpace are really good. My music books, I've sometimes sold them to a music festival, and they'll put up a bookstore and they'll order 20 books, and then I can just ship them from CreateSpace.
Okay, so they do have a wholesale function.
Yeah, and the pricing is very, very attractive, and you can, you can give them a good margin, and usually what I do is I'll give them, 60% sometimes, which the deal is I don't want to have them back. So, you make as much profit as you can. I make a little.
I see. Yeah, that's a really good tip. Yeah. I mean, another thing that people don't really consider is that, when you're on Lightning Source or Ingram Spark, I think also, you're talking about a 55% wholesale discount, and those are returnable books. They have to be, or Barnes and Noble isn't going to stock them. So, and many independent bookstores will return books as well. I mean, I tried to ask at the conference what the rate of return is and what, how long bookstores have, and everybody has a different answer. All those experts had an answer, and well, so I mean, and it's true. I mean, it's really something that the publishing side has tried to change for a long time, and returns, but it's basically the buyers have the power, because they're they just want to order if it's not returnable.
And I have no idea on in the CreateSpace world, I have no idea if anybody ever returns my books. I never hear. I mean, nobody ever contacts and says I want my money back. It's I
think individuals seldom do, but a bookstore will. I had really good luck with my day tripper and just doing consignment at local bookstores. They wanted it, and they'd sell out and order more. Like Porter Square Books ordered time and again, and it was like a spiral bound. It wasn't even like a regular spine, but it was popular.
Yeah, I paid attention to the woman that had the publishing company, of those two women, when she talked about some authors that she had. There was one guy who did just books around Lake Winnipesaukee, and he would only sell to which is basically, you know, he could just drive around the lake. He would sell his Lake Winnipesaukee or her work, I don't know, man or woman, and just sell that book in those stores, and did, you know, picked a price point, made a few dollars out of it, and was able to manage all those relationships because they're just driving around anyway. So I thought that,
and, you know, and especially if it's something you like to do anyway, you can kind of add it on to your daily routine. That's nice. Like I do. I mean, we have a couple bookstores here in Arlington and Lexington, it's a lot, and Winchester, Cambridge. So, you know, you can really kind of, and I've spent a lot more at those bookstores than I have received in book sales. But
that's okay. That's all right.
Yeah.
So did you want to just talk? I don't know whether you talked when you opened a little bit about the Boston Book Festival, but it was a lot of fun. And
yeah, tell me more about that. I just want to.
So I had a really good time. You sent me there. I went there too, and I used Periscope, and I'll get those. I'll get those videos up. I think I did 7 interviews, and it was a great crowd of people. A lot of people there. The weather was cool but nice. Yep, there's one of them. And I have more to go up. And actually, this site that you have up here, this is called catch.me, is the site that it scrapes your Periscope files that you have on Twitter, because Periscope runs through Twitter, and then you can re-embed them. And so I just did short interviews with different authors in the booth, you know, asked their name, about their book, a little bit about them.
So this is, yeah, this is the Schlapping people. Yeah.
Yep. The Schlapping people, they did a nice job. And
yeah, I like that kind of immediate, you know, the immediacy of the video. You know,
yeah, everybody kind of got it. You know, everybody's sort of media friendly now, so they, you know, I only did, you know, 5 minutes. I think is probably as long as almost anybody is, and I think it's it's an amazing tool to use for doing sort of the instant broadcasting stuff, and it gives them a little stuff, and we'll get those videos posted. But
yeah,
the whole event seemed really great.
I'm getting the echo again. I don't know why.
I don't know. Put my headphones in here.
Yeah, so there's a few that you had posted, and you'll keep posting them, right? Or
yeah, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them in.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I've got a lot of video on my camera that hasn't seen the light of day because it's just not an easy format to transfer and process. Right. And so when you have this format, that's just, it gets the idea out there. You know, I was tweeting them from Pittsburgh when I
would see you come in. Yes, I'd see you come in on the screen.
I know, and it was nuts because I was trying to process the changes for the paper we were presenting, and then I'd see these little things. So I just had the tools.
But I think. But you highlighted a real problem that I think this solves, which is we video things all the time or photograph, and then you have to go and process it and do something with it and upload it. And the advantage of sort of this sort of newer way, this Periscope, which is an app inside of Twitter, is it's immediate and you don't have to do anything. And you can, I mean, I was just putting the names in or standing there in front of them, bang, you're on, you do the interview, you're off. And Catch Me, which I just did this morning, now has an automatic posting feature onto Facebook. So they just added that feature. So I now have it. I can't get into my group, but it's going onto pages. So, so now
that's good. I mean, the Facebook page for IPNE is the best because it's got all the, like I mentioned, it's got 700.
Right. So it's.
Likes.
So that gives it, your exposure, and now they've added the Facebook component to it. So I think it's the beginning of a whole revolution. And I've been using also Blab, which is the other one.
Yeah, I put that on. I've tried it a couple times, and I thought a book Blab would be nice. It's new. I mean, I hate the name of it, but that's okay.
But for doing a one-on-one interview, the interview that I did with Mariana, I did it with Skype, and I recorded, and I added a lot of posts to make it look really good. this
Yeah.
ability to just kind of go bloop and just do it immediately, I think gives a lot of, just makes things a lot easier. So.
Yeah, this is Blab, if it will start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have a little trouble when I
streaming the streaming.
Yeah. But it gives you. I don't really like these categories. They're just terrible for what I do. But anyway, I mean, what do you put books under? Social media?
I hashtag. So something like that. I did it under. You can do it under business, social media, and marketing. I also hashtag like publishing. But what you'll notice is that this is really pretty new, and there aren't a lot of people actually on this. Take your leadership position. Like if you search on, you just go into the search and do hashtag publishing. I'm like one of the only people that's in there, and I've only done a couple of them. So
tag it. So I'm going to tag it with.
Yeah, and then in the title, you
interviews or something.
Interviews. Yep, and then in the title, I would put Book Blab, then space hashtag publishing hashtag IPNE. Exactly. Yeah, just like that.
Okay.
So then people can search on those things.
In the future, we'll do it tomorrow at 10.
At 10. And they give you a 15-minute window to do that. And
and then you can, it's tied into Twitter. And what else is it tied into?
It's pretty much tied into Twitter. It gets saved forever. When you're done, it gets recorded when you hit the little record button, which would be right up in that area where you just were. There'll be a button. And when you're done, you get a copy of the video and a copy of the audio. So you could even do podcasts through this.
Yeah.
Sort of on the fly podcast. You can do a video podcast, an audio podcast. You can do both and a blab all at the same time.
So I just set up a book blab.
Okay.
And
so 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay. And I put it on at, this is wrong. I tried to put the Eastern, 10 a.m.
Can you change it? I guess you.
I don't know. I can delete the tweet, I think, if I go on Twitter.
Yeah.
10 a.m. Eastern. Okay.
Okay.
So then, and then when you come on, you tweet it, you do this tell a little bird thing up here.
Yeah.
And then it goes out on your Twitter and it's like a magical, attendance generating thing.
Right. And what I've now seen, so there's two things that I think are really important here. One is now we have a reason for building our Twitter followers. Super important to do that because let's say Periscope runs through Twitter, and this is associated with Twitter. The second thing, what was it I'm going to say? I can't think of the second thing. Associated to Twitter. And what the other thing was that I just thought. I'll think of it in a second. But it's so being able so building a Twitter followers is really, really important. And I can't remember what the second thing was, but there are two important points. But being able to record this stuff and to have it, and then you can spread it around. And
right. And when you go, like I was talking to someone yesterday about building my friend Amanda wants to do a adult coloring book.
Okay.
And I said, you might be able to talk to her.
I'm getting really close to doing a coloring book course because so many people keep asking me to do a coloring book. Like,
she's in New York, and she is actually teaching part of a coloring book course. But she's a very, she's a visual communications specialist. She's an artist, but she wanted to do a book on, kind of magical places in New York. And, so I think, it's a great idea. I said, look, this is a it's a trend, but
it's a trend that's around for a long time.
You think? It's been around for a long time.
It's been around for a long, long time. I think because of Joanna Bashford blew it up and turned it into this enormous thing.
Yeah.
It got a huge amount. It's been around forever. It's been around for a long, long time. Dover has been making so much money off of their coloring books for so many years that I think they just sat there in the corner just piling it up because they were always at the top and just nobody noticed them.
And do you think that it's just I said, look, it's a trend. There's a lot of stuff out there, but if you really want to do this book and you're very excited about it, then just go ahead and do it, because that will carry you, that will carry you a long way.
Yeah. And the other thing I was going to say about when you just said the topic is that's a fantastic topic for Google, because all those sites, people are Googling all those sites. And if she set up her marketing correctly, you know, whoever is Googling, you know, Eiffel Tower, Googling Central Park, Googling, you know, horses, whatever it is that's in New York, if she sets her marketing up right, she has an opportunity to sort of to ride on top of that.
Yeah. And she's got a good platform. She knows how to do that.
Right.
You know, I don't think she's really kind of balanced on the social media, but that can come. And
I mean, the problem with mandalas is, you know, which is I have my mandala books, but you know, every mandala is exactly like every other mandala. You can't sort of come up with a new way of describing page 6 and page 7. But when you have like her topic, you can do long posts on every single page, and and then add your pictures to it, and then put your book around it. And I think that's a great way to market that. So
so let me just show you here what I'm doing.
Oh, I know. I was going to say about the other thing. I just remembered about the Periscope. I did a couple test Periscopes yesterday. I get in seconds, I get 20 to 30 people come in on every Periscope. Almost
how many?
20 to 30. I've never had a platform where I can touch that many people that quickly, and then you can send them to your sign-up page to get your whatever it is that you're having them download. But this ability to connect to so many people so fast in a really personal way, I don't think there's anything else that other than walking into a store and just start yelling, "Hey, I have books."
And that's what I liked about Blab, because it does, you know, I went in on a couple of pretty well-known people and was able to, you know, sit in on the, you know, they put me on one of the 4 seats, and but I was just astounded at the number of people who just, like, it was like a mushrooming thing, you know.
It's a mushrooming thing. So if you're sort of nice about how you do it and you direct people to go sign up. I mean, I've been building my mailing list from using Periscope.
Yeah.
So how do I do it? This is what I do. Yeah. So I set up my blog. I have my blog, and so go to brucethebookguy.com.
Just a second. I just want to finish this. So I put this on our website under shows. Okay, so Bruce is probably here. Bruce the Book Guy.
There it is. Okay. And I did my big launch yesterday on, I did this, my publishing.
Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't able to, I'm trying to catch up from the book shows, and then I was away. And
so scroll down just a little bit to that second, right there, stop right there. So what I do is I'll talk about a marketing point, something I'm just talking about that's, you know, marketing about books. And then I'll take my camera, and because you can flip it around from camera to camera, I'll then point it right at the web address. I'll go, you know, brucethebookguy.com. I'll go here, brucethebookguy.com, and then I'll take and I'll point it right at that little ad. So you're seeing that ad, and it says, I want you to sign up, put your name here, and I'm pointing exactly what I want them to do.
Cool.
And then go do it.
So you've gotten some people signing up for your courses.
Yeah, or certainly to get into my mailing list to do the book marketing action plan. Yeah, no, definitely. I haven't moved them. They're on the list in the courses, but I definitely have been able to build a list.
Yeah.
And then if you scroll down just a little lower, you'll see, keep going. I always open my screen. See that How to Publish a Book show? That's when I point my camera at when I turn my broadcast on. So I point it just at that graphic and go, hi, this is Bruce Jones at How to Publish Your Book show. I flip the camera around, do my thing, and then at the end, I'll flip the camera back and go, okay, now I want you to sign up for my book marketing action plan, and people go and do that.
Nice.
And I'm getting, within those 5 minutes, I'm getting, you know, between 20 and 40 people, but I'm noticing it's just growing and growing. How many people are coming in so, you know, quickly now?
Yeah, that's a really, that's a great and easy. I mean, when I remember when we were doing, I was working with the community media station with these big, you know, SVHS cameras.
This?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that's what I was telling people at the Boston Book Festival. I did the interview, going, we're going global. This is a global broadcasting platform, and all we do is go click, and we're on. It's astounding, right?
Well, I mean, like right here, I can sit here, I can work at 10 o'clock tomorrow. I'll go on Blab, see if anybody, I'll do a little revving up on Twitter, and I'll see if there's, like I just did that. I set that up in 5 minutes, or not even 5.
You did it while you're having a conversation. While
I was having a conversation. And, not everyone has that kind of mind where they're almost multitasking, although that's not a real thing. But, it's like, it can be done if you just kind of like jump in fearlessly.
Right. And the other thing I've also learned about Blab is when I did, like yesterday, I did a big webcast where I had to prepare. It took me 2 or 3 days to get all my stuff ready. You can make mistakes in this because if it's not working, you just shut it off. You learn quickly, and it's a platform that, because it's so casual, it can be not right, and that's okay. And I think that's, as you get more confident and get your learning curve up and stuff, and
we're kind of in a beta development period of it's okay to be in beta, because it gets it out there, and things are good enough in beta where they used to be horrible.
Right.
They're good enough in beta to be used. I mean, didn't Google Gmail just got out of beta, I think. And it was in beta for about 15 years.
I mean, even Blab says it right on their site. It says Blab beta.
Yeah, it's right in there.
So
in
that's
the title.
That's the way of sort of saying, we can be messy with this, and it's okay.
And you can try this if you dare, and you may be one of the people who gets the. It's like planting your flag on the moon or something, It's
right.
Who does it belong to? The person who planted their flag first.
So I think I would encourage anybody who's an author in any way, shape, or form, if you're get on and just start doing it, and then have some place where you bring people to find out more about you. And
that conversion thing is where it often disconnects, because I mean, you don't want to hit people over the head with the sales thing, but I like what you're doing, because you're giving them information. You're giving them way more value than you're getting from them. You're just reaching more people.
Right. I'm just trying to reach people and get them into my list and build a platform and all that kind of stuff.
So you can call me or Bruce or IPNE and email us and all that. And we'd love to help you get started. Come on your shows. Get out there, be consistent. What other advice do you have, Bruce? Besides be regular and consistent. I think.
Be regular and consistent, and then the thing that I think is I'm sort of going to become is my mantra as I sort of build more of these courses is you have to build your email list. It's so hard. You just need a lot of people. Either you have a site where people come through, or you build your list, or do both. But I think that if you're going to market, that building that platform.
And make sure you get their buy-in, though. I got, how many things I sent out for IPNE and my own stuff too, but I wasn't paying attention to how it was going out, and I get this thing, take me off of every mailing list you've ever got. And yes. I felt so bad because I had really annoyed this person, and she's known about IPNE for a long time, and I don't know. I really annoyed her, and I know, it's mostly me. I mean, others send out emails, but so I took that to heart, and I apologized, and went through manually and took her off of everything I could. But sometimes I think people don't pay attention to what they're on and how it's distributed. So
I've gotten where I don't feel bad about it anymore. I just delete them. If they don't want it, they're gone. They're gone. And I can't worry about it. And if they don't want it, that's fine. And I know.
And we've come from this culture where everything was kind of in IPNE, where everything was done sort of in a methodical, analog way. And it's it's really hard for a lot of people to change their
Now
mental.
we kind of just throw stuff around all
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to close the broadcast.
Right.
We can keep
Okay,
talking
good.
if you want, but come back at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Visit IPNE.org and you can see where the blab is under shows. And join me and Bruce or somebody else. And next Thursday, we're on every Thursday for Indie Office Hours. And thanks for joining us. And Bruce, I'd love to have the interaction. I was sitting there for 15 minutes.
I was trying to get on. I was trying to do it. I just couldn't do it.
I know. I don't really like the sound of my own voice, but we'll see you next week.
All right.